What's up guys, it's Aaronitmar. In the past on this channel, we've talked a ton about different origins and fun facts about Super Smash Bros. Final smashes, taunts, scary looking textures on the inside of characters' heads, but in all that time, I've built up a little list of stuff that never really fit into the topic of any one video. Some facts are just too obscure or just too small to mention on their own, so I figured let's dump them all into one video all their own. So today we're talking about details and Easter eggs that you might not have known about, or maybe you did, in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, starting with...
Speak up! You don't belong in this world, monster!
Yeah, him. When every character is put to sleep in Smash, they get a little snoring sound effect, just for that little extra ambiance, you know? Most characters just do a casual little snore, and you'd think that was the same for Richter, but it's not. Richter actually sleep talks during his sleep animation. Dracula being the primary antagonist of the Castlevania series, it would make sense for Richter to be so focused on defeating him that he thinks about him even in his sleep. Or maybe he's in love with him. The funny thing about this voice line though is that it doesn't actually appear during gameplay. Sorry I deceived you with that clip earlier. For some reason, the game loops the snoring sound effect to just before Richter says Dracula, so the result is just a constant of Richter snoring. But if you dive into the sound test mode of Smash Ultimate, you can play each character's voice lines on their own, and this is where the Dracula line is actually found. So, for some reason, the Smash devs had Richter's voice actor say that line, and it actually exists inside the game, but then for some reason it gets cut off in actual gameplay. So you would ordinarily never hear Richter actually say that. And let's face it, not many people are going to go into the sound test mode in the first place, so this detail really could have gone on for a long time without anybody discovering it. Our next Easter egg comes to us from the Metroid series, and conveniently also involves the Metroid enemy. The Metroid was featured as an assist trophy back in Brawl, and has stayed in Smash for both 3DS and Wii U, as well as Ultimate. But a new feature to these assist trophies was added in Ultimate. If you hit the Metroid with any kind of ice attack, the Metroid will immediately turn blue and freeze in place, allowing you to defeat it without fear of being latched onto. This attribute for the Metroid trophy is born out of the Metroid series, where their only true weakness is Samus's Ice Beam. In those games, the same will happen. If you hit the Metroid with the Ice Beam, it will freeze in place for a bit, allowing you to defeat it more easily. This weakness isn't actually new to Smash though, it's just new to the Assist Trophy. In Smash Run on Smash for 3DS, Metroids were a potential enemy that you could run into, and in that mode, the Ice weakness also existed. They just didn't carry it over to the Assist Trophy until Ultimate, which makes sense as Ultimate made most Assist Trophies defeatable in some way. So they really just never had a reason to give the Assist Trophy this weakness until this entry. Another incredibly well-known Easter egg exists on the stage Pokemon Stadium 2, on the stage's Ice transformation. Inside of that little cabin that spawns in the background, if you move the camera in a certain way, you're able to see the image of a cat. In every entry of Smash since Brawl, this cabin with this picture of the cat has been present. So Brawl, Smash 4, and Ultimate all have this. And not much is really known about this picture. It's clearly not meant to be seen during normal gameplay, but it's a neat little Easter egg nonetheless. Many people actually used to think that this image was a picture of Smash director Masahiro Sakurai's cat, to the point that it kind of became common urban legend, despite never actually being confirmed. And in fact, a few years ago, Sakurai actually responded to a tweet asking if it was his cat, denying the claims. So honestly, we have no idea whose cat this actually is. My guess is that it's either a random developer sneaking their cat into the game, but there's also the chance that it was just a stock photo. Another Easter egg that would be pretty difficult to notice involves the actual internal clock on the Switch console. There are 3 stages in Smash that have changes based on this time: Smashville, Town and City, and Umbra Clock Tower. The first 2 are very obvious. The time on the Switch will dictate what time of day it is on both Animal Crossing stages. The stages have faint lighting in the morning, a sunset during evening hours, and so on. But a smaller change that you might not have noticed is that there are clocks on each of these stages. on the Town Hall on Smashville, and on both the Town Hall and Happy Room Academy on Town and City. And surprisingly, both of these clocks actually function, matching the Switch's system time. The same is also true for Umbra Clock Tower, though this is much more in your face. While there are no lighting changes on this stage, the stage itself is of course a broken apart clock tower, so this will also match up with your system time. Even though the clock tower is broken, I guess we just have to pretend. You can even see the hands ticking during gameplay. In fact, if you were to pause the game mid-battle and wait a few minutes, and then unpause, the clock would immediately jump to whatever the new time is. These are all really cool features that don't actually need to be in the game. Umbra Clock Tower, I can see them bothering with this feature since it's the main focus on the stage. But the two Animal Crossing stages, the clocks on the stage are just so minor in the grand scheme of things that you wouldn't even think that they would bother. And yet they did. It's kind of wild. I remember back in the day it was a miracle that Pokemon Gold and Silver were able to have a real-time day-night cycle, but it drained through batteries fairly quickly. And now, look how far we've come. These are just tiny features that 99% of people will never notice. So you know there's no way I can make a video and not somehow bring up Banjo and Kazooie. So here we go. This one is real quick. We all know Banjo and Kazooie have a rapid jab, but did you know the tempo of the rapid jab sound effect comes from the intro to Banjo and Kazooie? As a Banjo fanboy, the fact that there's this tiny little reference somewhere just absolutely makes my day. Nearly everyone who plays the game is never going to notice this, but there are those 8 that will. Moray Towers also has a neat Easter egg on the stage. The stage is of course inspired by Splatoon, and a core multiplayer function of Splatoon was the inclusion of regular events called Splatfests. These online events would usually consist of the theme where players would pick a side, such as cat versus dog or cake versus ice cream. Everyone would choose a team and compete online in certain modes, and the side that performed better would be declared the winner. Each team had a specific color as well that couldn't be changed, resulting in various ink color combinations like purple versus orange for art versus science. What's neat is that aspects of real Splatfest were carried over into Smash. Certain Splatoon songs were included in Smash that were specifically arrangements for Splatfest, such as Ink Me Up or Ebb Flow. When these songs are selected, the stage will be in its Splatfest form at nighttime. On top of that, the ink that appears on the stage will be chosen from colors that were used in previous Splatfests. So for example, in this clip, the ink colors that I got were conveniently the colors for the Team Cali versus Team Marie Splatfest. And that's kind of an insane detail. Like, the Splatfest version of the stage was already cool enough, but to actually bother coding accurate Splatfest colors that we've had in the past, that's just a step beyond, and props to the Smash team on that one. And our final fun fact takes us to the Earthbound stage Onett, where there are 2 Easter eggs to talk about. The first is just off-screen during normal gameplay, but pausing the game and moving the camera around will show us the Onett message board. The kind citizens of Onett are warning us that a black van driven by this guy has been spotted racing recklessly through town. Not only is this a funny nod to the black van that can drive by and hit you in the actual Smash stage, the guy and the black van are talking about Lucky, one of the main Runaway 5 band members in Earthbound. And while we're here, just in case you want a snack, there used to be a rice ball hidden behind one of the bushes on the Onett stage. This rice ball was present in both Melee and Brawl, but for some reason in Wii U and Ultimate it's missing. I guess one of the developers just got hungry. And that is gonna do it for this video. If you guys have an Easter egg that you'd like to be talked about in a potential future video, please feel free to leave a comment down below. Make sure you guys like the video if you enjoyed, and if you're new, please be sure to subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out, and please remember to be good to one another.